one of them will be, have you had your latest recommended or mandated jabs? And because of the fact that I'm qualified in toxicology and worked for decades with others in what's called rational drug design, when I look at these jabs, the constituents, I am certain, formally certain, that they were designed to hurt you. And so, the digital ID will lose validity unless you roll your sleeve up. You must see that's designed to injure and, I believe, ultimately kill you.
Authorities using mercury everywhere. The very earliest autism cases were called Kanner's syndrome because of a doctor who discovered 8 patients who all had, he took care of a lot of kids, and he found this new syndrome that he was seeing about their behavior. They had lost their ability to speak. They had all kinds of problems. And in almost every case, the father was working with mercury, or mercury was being used in agriculture at that time. Mercury was like this, this wonder product because it's effing effective, that's for sure. It does shit. And so it was in a lot of things. So mercury is part of a lot of neurological injuries, and it's, go on ChatGPT and say, should I breathe mercury fumes? No. Should I eat it? Touch it? No, no, no. Should I inject it? Pause, pause, pause. Well, in childhood vaccines, they make all these decisions about safety, but they give over this vaccine decision as if it's not their business. Right. And something that Bobby Kennedy is pushing for, and I think will accomplish, is called joint decision making. And that is that the parent and the pediatrician will decide together on whether or not vaccines, when to give them, how many, which type, et cetera. Guess who opposes that? The pediatricians.
Not because of financial incentives?
Holy shit, yes. When I was a kid, I went to the pediatrician. Well, first of all, I went to the doctor once. I broke my foot. If you didn't have vaccines and Bobby's wellness checks and little Jamie's wellness checks that are necessary, that they bring you in to get the vaccines, pediatricians would have to have second jobs, because most kids, particularly when they're younger and they're not yet affected by all the environmental toxins, most kids are pretty healthy. This is what you are giving if you trust the vaccine manufacturers. Formaldehyde. We already know that's bad. Polysorbate 80, which is linked to infertility. And my absolute favorite, potassium chloride. Why is this my favorite? Because that is the chemical that is injected as the third injection in lethal injections by executioners. Now, admittedly, infants get far less of it than people who are executing, but we really want to be injecting any amount of that into human beings. Sodium borate, Triton X, that's what's in spermicides, and of course, until very recently, ethyl mercury. When I was a kid, if a light